Wow, beautiful sounds here coming out of this wonderful Magnatone amplifier. Guys, Eric here with Guitarsenal. Thanks for tuning back in. All right, so this is one that's been lurking around in the amp collection for a while, and I haven't had a chance to shoot a video on it until now. Jeff Andrews up at Andrews Amp Lab did a full complement of servicing on this wonderful Maggie here to get it rolling. This is a Model 113 Troubadour Deluxe. So it's basically a 12 watt Troubadour through a 12-inch speaker, but with a tremolo circuit. Now, the tremolo on these amps is a little weak, and it's not the pitch-shifting vibrato that you see in a lot of the other Magnatone amplifiers, and really what Magnatones are famous for is that pitch-shifting vibrato. This is more of a Doppler style, and it's a lot more subtle. I don't know how well you can hear it coming through. We serviced this one as good as we could get it. It does have a fresh Jensen in it. It's a 12-inch Jensen Alnico blueback speaker. So the original speaker was toast in this particular amp. This one's about a 1958 or so. Beautiful, beautiful amplifier, and man, what an inspiring type of guitar sound we're getting out of this. It is the perfect recording amp. It's so quiet, and it's such a grindy type of sound with tons of articulation, but not at a blisteringly loud volume. You could stick this on isolation booth or in a box or in a closet and get some great sounds out of this classic amp. I hope you guys enjoy what you're hearing. This is a Fender Custom Shop Telecaster. It's a 52 heavy relic. These are Barden Gatton T pickups. We're running 9 through 42 Tomastic infield power bright strings. All right, we're getting some really nice reverb from a Strymon Flint, and I'm getting a bit of a slap back out of a Electro Harmonix Deluxe Memory Man. Let's hear the amp dry. We're going to kill all the modulation and the vibrato. This is the dry, absolutely dry signal. There is no onboard reverb to the amp. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. All right. You know, it gets that grinding kind of thing going on. Very pretty. I like to hear some reverb, a little slapback. I think that's really where these amps come alive and get some magic going. All right, here's a wet signal. A little bit lower on that mix on the reverb. Man, what a great sound. It's not flubby. I've got the amp completely dimed out. I'm going to try to chase some different tremolo sounds, but the tremolo on this particular amp is not very powerful, so don't expect a lot there. This is not one of the most well-known Magnatone vibrato circuits. There's only a few amps that they used a Doppler-style tremolo, and I don't think this one was very successful. And as a result, I don't think they made that many of the Model 113 Melodier, or no, this is not Melodier, this is the Troubadour Deluxe. All right, let's give it a listen. Very, very pretty type of sound. I'm really digging it. I'll tell you what, before I change anything on the tremolo circuit, let's hit it with a germanium boost. This is a germanium clipping overdrive from Hudson Electronics. It's called the Sidecar. Now this one has been blowing our socks off all day. We did a video earlier on our vintage Vox AC30, and it's a special thing to behold. And when you've got an amp that's already on the top end of the crazy spectrum, this thing can help push it over the edge. Let's give it a quick listen. All right, I'll back off some of the tone, see if we can get some gritty sounds out of this thing. All right. All right, I digress. Let me change the settings. So the layout, pretty similar to a lot of Magnatone amps. You've got a separate instrument and mic volume, one global tone pot. I've got the microphone and instrument inputs jumped. That's just always the way I've ran these, and I feel like they record really well. Again, the vibrato ain't really got a lot going on. It's like no matter where I set the controls, it's there, but it's kind of sedate. Let's give it a listen, see what we can get. And it's worth noting there's a remote speaker jack too, which is kind of neat. There is no standby, just an on and off switch. Simple layout. I love the cosmetic figuring of these Magnatones, that kind of cool green panel, really cool looking. And this covering is kind of what they call a leatherette. It's basically a pleather covering. It's not real leather. It's like a vinyl covering that looks like leather. The handle on this unit has been replaced, and the speaker has. But man, what an amp. All right, let's give it a listen. Let's see if we've got some tremolo going here. Okay, and I am using a period correct Magnatone foot switch for what it's worth. What a magical sound. But I wish the vibrato worked. Yeah, we can hear it. Yeah, we can hear it clipping there. Let's listen. See if we should have kind of a Doppler choppy sound going on. See what we got. I'm real curious to see how that records, because in the room here, it's not incredibly loud. You could totally have, you know, a conversation with somebody in between, and it's not like this big noisy crazy thing where you're talking about a, you know, giant cranked Fender amp or a Marshall amp or something. This amp imparts a very different kind of thing. It's a different vibe. It's not woody and tweedy, but it's not, you know, a brown face type of circuit in a Fender or a black face circuit. It's kind of its own thing. You know, so the engineers that got involved on these early Magnatone amps were involved in some really like high-end audio stuff, like studio audio and home audio. So they come from more of that background. So they were going for that sort of ultra linear, very clean sound. They didn't want the amp to distort that much. They wanted it to be bright and articulate and clean and clear, whereby a lot of the guitar amps around that time would certainly get in the crunchy territory. I mean, you look at the Tweed Fenders that were certainly like tone monsters in their own way. I think these amps get a different vibe, and I think they're criminally underappreciated. So I hope you enjoyed hearing it. We tried to chase a few sounds. I'm going to make a little bit more racket, let you get back to your day. I'll tell you what, we'll try a overdrive pedal. How about a way huge green Rhino? This is a Mark V into the 113 Magnatone here. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, we post every Friday here on Guitarsenal. We hope you'll tune in and check out the videos. Thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that happy stuff. And playing this amplifier is definitely something to behold. I wish I had more time in these videos to use a bunch of different guitars. I mean, we could spend an hour using different guitars and trying to chase sounds and find the perfect sweet spot for it with each guitar. But this is a Tele, but it sounds great with Strats. It's a wonderful amp for single coils. Of course, humbuckers will push it into some insane territory as well. Dare I say, probably a little bit too much. I feel like the singles are great for these because you can still get more of the natural characteristic of the amp without those speakers getting too compressed and crazy. This amp with a fresh speaker, definitely warranted. I think it's a great sounding setup, and I hope it records well. Have a good one, guys. Many more videos on the way. I'll make a little bit more racket on the neck pickup. We've been listening to that beautiful bridge pickup. Let's listen to the neck. Have a good one. We'll see you next time, all right?